So I'm gonna read you a quick little excerpt from this book by Kurt Vonnegut called Breakfast of Champions. And Trout made up a new novel while he sat there. It was about an Earthling astronaut who arrived on a planet where all the animal and plant life had been killed by pollution except for humanoids. The humanoids ate food made from petroleum and coal. They gave a feast for the astronaut, whose name was Don. The food was terrible. The big topic of conversation was censorship. They asked Don if dirty movies were a problem on Earth too, and Don said yes. They asked him if the movies were really dirty, and Don replied, as dirty as movies could get. This was a challenge to the humanoids, who were sure their dirty movies could be anything on Earth. So everybody piled into air-cushioned vehicles, and they floated to a dirty movie house downtown. The theater went dark, and the curtains opened. At first, there wasn't any picture. There were slurps and moans from loudspeakers. Then the picture itself appeared. It was a high-quality film of a male humanoid eating what looked to be a pear. The camera zoomed in on his lips and tongue and teeth, which glistened with saliva. He took his time about eating the pear. When the last of it had disappeared into his slurpy mouth, the camera focused on his Adam's apple. His Adam's apple bobbed up and down obscenely. He belched contentedly, and then these words appeared on the screen, but in a language of the planet. The end. It was all faked, of course. There weren't any pears anymore, and the eating of a pear wasn't the main event of the evening anyway. The main feature began. It was about a male and a female, and their 2 children, and their dog, and their cat. They ate steadily for an hour and a half. The camera rarely strayed more than a foot from their glistening lips and their bobbing Adam's apples. And then the father put the cat and the dog on the table so they could take part in the orgy too. After a while, the actors couldn't eat any more. They were so stuffed they were goggle-eyed. They could hardly move. They said they didn't think they could eat again for a week, and so on. They cleared the table slowly. They went waddling out into the kitchen, and they dumped about 30 pounds of leftovers into a garbage can. The audience went wild. When Don and his friends left the theater, they were accosted by humanoid whores who offered them eggs and oranges and milk and butter and peanuts and so on. The horse couldn't actually deliver these goodies, of course. The humanoids told Don that if he went home with a whore, she would cook him a meal of petroleum and coal products at fancy prices, and then while he ate them, she would talk dirty about how fresh and full of natural juices the food was, even though the food was fake. So I went to high school with this girl named Jessica, and she was like really hot by like all conventional standards. And she was dating this hot boy named Austin, and they were happy, I guess. And she was a dancer, and I went to this art school, and they put on this dance about oppression, where everyone wrote a different slur on their body. My sister's a lesbian. I'm like really supportive. I'm like an ally. My sister's a dyke. She's a lesbian, and I just like don't think it's like fair to say about her. My sister's a lesbian. She's my sister's a lesbian. Yeah, it's like. Yeah. I mean, she's just like I'm just like an ally. She's yeah. It's my sister. A little hot. Anyone ever saw it? It's really hot. is I've got this prompt right here. The prompt is tell me a lie. So you can like take out your materials now, like your paper and your pen, or if you didn't bring a paper and a pen, I guess that's fine too. And maybe like later you can like come up to me like after the show and you can like whisper whatever you came up with in my ear, like whatever lie you came up with. Like you can like you could be like, you did a really good job, or like you'd be like so, just something like that. but like I also answered the prompt just in case you like maybe couldn't think of any lies that you could like use one of these or something. So this is my list of lies. You don't have to use them, but you can if you want. Jessica was never dyke. My hair is actually blonde and I wear a wig every day. Every night I have wildly supportive sex dreams where I'm in the prime of my life, and as I get off, I'm getting a job offer at the same time. I stopped loving you the second I knew it wasn't going to work. Every fruit I've eaten tonight has been real, and you know that because I ate it. If the earth got a checkup tomorrow, then everyone would say, like 10 out of 10 doctors would say it was in the picture of health. I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid. And as I stand here, I can look each of you in the eyes and say that I'm not afraid. And that alone, that fact alone turns me on. It's about the idea of the thing. It's about like the idea of the thing. It's about what I do. It's about what I do. It's about what I do. It's about the idea of the thing. It's about the idea of the thing. It's about the idea of the thing. That's the end of it.